All right, everybody, welcome back to the #1 television program in the history of the entire universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all three books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I'm going to be reviewing Bloodline by James Rollins. This is book number 8 in his Sigma Force series, thriller series, Da Vinci Code-esque conspiracy theory, Illuminati type series. This is got a great cover. You know, I love graphic design and cover illustrations. I really like this cover. It's just simple and bold, and you know, it does its job. Book number 8 in the Sigma Force series. Now, book number 7, which was called The Devil's Colony, was one of my top 10 favorite reads of the year 2023. Now, I'm reading this in 2024. I gotta say, The Devil Colony set a very high bar for me. I've been reading and reviewing all of the Sigma Force novels in order of publication. And so far, The Devil's Colony was my favorite. It was just dynamite. I loved it. Set a hard, you know, it was going to be hard for this one to compare. And it didn't quite compare, in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Although it was a really dynamite book, it just wasn't as dynamite as The Devil Colony. First of all, The Devil Colony was kind of set in Utah, where I live in Utah, so I was a little interested in it. This one was set in the deserts of the African jungle, and I was reading this in the middle of the winter, which I try to read books in wintertime that are kind of about wintertime or about cold climates. It's just my thing. And then in the summertime, I read more Louis L'Amour westerns that are set in the desert Southwest, or things that are set in Africa, just because it's hot outside and I need to be reading a book that's hot. I don't know why. This is just an OCD thing for me. This book was set in the hot jungles of Africa, and I was reading it in the middle of the winter in Utah. That's a me problem. That's a me problem. But it did drop it a couple of points. Okay, so anyway, this book starts out with a Knights Templar back in the days of the Knights Templar and the Crusades. It talks about how the Knights Templar were started with 9 knights. 8 of them that we know about that were named. There's a 9th one that's a mystery. It's you know, these are historical whodunits. These are Da Vinci Code-esque Knights Templar type conspiracy theory puzzle novels. That's what these are. So who was the 9th unnamed Knight Templar that started the Knights Templar? Well, we might find out in this book. So then we jump to in the year now we jump to present day. In the year 2045, science believes that we will become immortal, that humans will no longer get diseases, that nanobots will be in our body or something that will fix everything and regenerate our cells, and we will just be able to live immortal. That's what is believed. However, there are some scientists that believe that's already happened, and that there are immortals walking among us. Perhaps immortals from the days of the Knights Templar. Bum, bum, bum. Well, anyway, the main plot of this is the president's daughter gets kidnapped in Africa, but the kidnappers only want her baby. Why do they only want her baby? Well, enter the Sigma Force team, which should be called Alpha Force. It definitely should not be called Beta Force. Sigma Force is kind of like, whatever. But anyway, the Sigma Force, they come in. Gray Pierce, he is one of the Sigma Force members. He is sent to Africa. He's sent to the African jungles to rescue the president's daughter and the little baby. The poor little baby. The poor little baby that could be the answer to the existence of all of humanity. It's just, that's the importance of the baby. It's almost like the second coming of Jesus or something. But the baby is important. I don't know why I'm saying that in Scottish. But anyway, the dingo ate your baby. That's how that ends. That's how this ends. Spoiler alert, the dingo ate the baby. God, I've got so much stuff to edit out of this video. I'm going to look like an idiot. Okay, so Gray Pierce. Did I say Guy Pierce? That's the actor. I'll edit that out too. His actual name is Gray Pierce. he recruits the help of the Army Ranger named Tucker Wayne, who's a military war dog. Oh, and then there's the other military war dog, Kane. So we got Tucker Wayne and the military war dog, Kane. And it's actually a dog, a war dog named Kane. Master is Tucker Wayne. So there he helps them in the African jungle looking for the... Now back in the United States, we've got Painter Crow, who is also Sigma Force. And he is half Native American, half white, whatever, half colonializer or whatever you want to call it. But he's in that the fact that I even mention his race is because it plays an important part in every book, it seems to be. But anyway, he's back in the United States helping the president, consoling the president because his daughter's been kidnapped. And then we've also got other plot points. There's a bombing of the South Carolina fertility clinic. There's of course the frantic race to save the baby from the dingo. And then now the baby's very existence raises questions about our very existence and the nature of humanity. And then we've also got the horrors of child soldiers that are in Africa. That was hard to read, just what happens to young boys in Africa that are turned into child soldiers, especially in Somalia. We've got organ trafficking in different parts of the world. We've got swarms of killer robots killer nanobots, swarms of killer nanobots like swarms of bees. We've got and then again, of course, are the immortals already walking among us? Those are the mysteries of Bloodline. Now I give this an 8 out of 10, just because it was set in an environment that I just wasn't in the mood to read about, which is a me problem. There's nothing to do with the quality of the story or the writing of James Rollins. I just happened to read it at the wrong moment in time, because The Devil Colony, which was the book number 7, was just such a fantastic book. All of the books, all the Sigma Force books are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, they're all great. And this was an 8 out of 10. And then we will get to book number 9 soon, everybody.